This is Wreath of Barbs by Wumpscut, and underneath all this machinery, distortion, and general German unpleasantness, the song is actually ridiculously simple. The verse basically sits on a B minor, then the chorus moves B minor, D, E minor, F sharp minor. Yet somehow Rudy Ratzinger turned it into 5 minutes of impending industrial catastrophe. Katastrophe. The album came out in 2001, and Rudy said he wasn't deliberately trying to make Wumpscut softer or more melodic. He said he didn't think much about what he was doing. Most of it came subconsciously through the creative process. And his studio at the time was basically an early 2000s industrials musician's Christmas list. Access Virus, Nord Lead, Waldorf synths, Akai samplers, Roland modules. Which explains a lot. But Rudy didn't write the lyrics. Here's the strange bit. Rudy didn't actually write the lyrics to Wreath of Barbs. Alita Welling did. Oder Welling. And Alita wasn't primarily known as a musician. She's also an abstract and surreal visual artist, working with painting and sculpture. She was an old friend and collaborator of Rudy's, and she already sung on a few Wumpscut tracks, and then ended up writing lyrics to one of his best known songs. The words are extremely visual, religion presented almost like an infection or a drug. Something that pierces, binds, and numbs you. So the Wreath of Barbs sounds very much like a twisted version of Crown of Thorns. Rudy, however, gave the whole album another meaning. It's for the haters. In interviews around the record, he complained about old fans and critics who thought Wumpscut had gone downhill. His attitude was basically, Wumpscut isn't getting worse, you're just jealous. Very Rudy. Then years later, this happened. This is the Violet remix. Although remix is underselling it, it's practically a new cover version. Violet later put their own version of Wreath of Barbs on their 2009 album Modern Life. And the woman singing is Bianca Stucker. She wasn't just brought in to sing over Rudy's track. She was part of Violet and handled vocals, synths, hammered duclamer, and harpsichord. Their whole sound mixed electronics with medieval instruments and eventually evolved into the Violet Steam experience. And finally, Wumpscut died. Well, sort of. In 2005, Rudy was already calling an album his second last. In 2017, he finally announced Wumpscut was finished. Then in 2022, Wumpscut came back. And in 2026, Rudy is still releasing music. So apparently even Wumpscut can't kill Wumpscut. So we'll just take a look at this section first. This is basically the structure of the song, right? These red sections are the chorus. They are 8 bars long. These kind of turquoise is the verse. Each section here is 8 bars long. These, what is that, fuchsia color, are 2 bars long, and these are kind of like breaks or bridge sections, more of like a break. Kind of the energy kind of dies in these sections. And over here we've got the intro and we've got the outro, and over here, for music writing, you'd probably call this the middle C. This is kind of where the music would normally go into a different direction before going back to the chorus, but actually it's just a little melodic section. And if you're interested, this yellow part here is where the melody plays, which is later repeated in the chorus. What I think is pretty cool is how simple this melody is. If we take a look at it, it's basically just two keys. It's the D and the C sharp. And it's just bouncing between two octaves. And I love how the lyrics are using that same melody later on for the chorus. So the lyrics for the chorus are grinding, binding, taking away, needless, above the prey, wreath of barbs. But what's cool about it is that when he's singing it also in that octave difference. So it's grinding, binding, taking away, needles above the prey, wreath of barbs, which is kind of cool. Very simple, straight to the point. And I really like the rhythm of the bass line in the chorus. It's got a nice little stabby rhythm to it. And this is the pad that's going on top of it. These are the chords in the chorus. Here's the rhythm of the kick. And that's Wreath of Barbs. 4 chords, 4 descending notes, a pile of German synthesizers, lyrics written by an abstract artist, religious trauma, and a project that refuses to stay dead.